So in more recent times, it's become very hip and trendy to make ranked lists of certain things, TV shows, characters, etc. And as I'm so incredibly hip and down with the kids, I thought I'd throw myself at this trend in a desperate attempt to get views and subscribers and inflate my incredibly fragile ego. Hi there, I'm Professor Moocake, and for the last 16 years or so, I've been researching YouTube apology videos. I've dedicated pretty much all of my academic time to researching this incredible topic. I've even written a paper on the subject matter. And seeing as I'm now basically the world-class expert on YouTube apologies, I thought I'd share a little bit of my knowledge with you today and rank some of the most famous YouTube apology videos in order of best to worst. Now, the criteria for the ranking is quite simple because YouTube apologies are very different to normal apologies. You see, a normal apology, you have to show that you're sorry and that you regret what you did. YouTube apologies are precisely the opposite of that. So the best apologies on this list are going to be the ones that aren't apologetic at all, the ones that are clearly acted or disingenuous, the ones that don't even say that they're sorry and deliberately avoid using the sorry word. They're going to be the best ones. And obviously, on the other end of the spectrum, the worst apologies on this list are going to be the ones that are actual, genuine apologies. What the fuck is this video? So here we are. As you can see, I've sorted out my ranking system. It took absolutely forever to put this together because this tier list website kept being unresponsive and crashing on me. So go to hell, tier list, for wasting literally half an hour of my time. As you can see at the bottom of the screen, I've got my 10 chosen YouTube apology videos, and I think we're going to start off with what I would consider the go-to YouTube apology video. The perfect template for if you want to make your own poorly constructed, terribly made YouTube apology video. And that one would be the Logan Paul apology video. Many of you might remember that about a year ago, Logan Paul took a nice old stroll in the woods and filmed a dead body while he was there. And so he made an equally terrible apology video to go along with his, his crappy vlog.
I've made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment.
Now this video is pretty damn good on terms of YouTube apology standards. He doesn't say sorry, he starts with the big old sigh, he even starts by turning on the camera. It's a very, very well made YouTube apology, and the best bit is you can clearly tell it's all been poorly acted by a drama student dropout. And so, because of that, I'm going to be giving the Logan Paul apology video, I'm going to be giving it an A. Because it's not the perfect apology video. You could do better. There are better ones on this list, but it is one of the best ones out there. And like I said, it's the perfect template for if you want to replicate your own terrible apology video. Seeing as we've done Logan Paul, I figured we might as well stick on the topic of the Pauls and do Jake Paul next. Now, Jake Paul's had to do a fair few YouTube apology videos by this point. He's done quite a few, but the one I've chosen for this video from his ever-growing list is the apology video he made after he released the travesty that is It's Everyday, Bro.
It's a joke.
You all know it, you've all heard it, it's complete trash.
Like, I'm not a rapper. PewDiePie has so much more clout than I do. Like, yes, I get more views than him sometimes, but like, he has literally like 20 times more subscribers than I do.
Now, Jake Paul's apology video is pretty good by standards. He doesn't apologize, he gives himself a few humble brags here and there, so on the whole, it's a passable YouTube apology video. However, what I didn't like about it is that he made this apology at the end of a 17-minute vlog, and that's definitely going to have to rank it down, because as a connoisseur in YouTube apologies, I like to get straight to the point. I don't like to wait. I like to hear all the bullshit that they're going to say straight away without having to wait and watch some terribly made vlog. So I haven't scripted this at all, by the way, in case you can't tell. And so for that reason, I'm going to be giving the Jake Paul apology, I'm going to be giving it a C, because it's pretty good, but like I said, the vlog kind of gets in the way and takes away from what otherwise would be a masterful and very atmospheric piece. I genuinely can't believe I'm saying some of these words out loud, my god. So next up, we've got the Fine Brothers apology. Now, you might not remember this one, but a few years ago, the Fine Brothers, I'm not making this... It still makes me laugh, I'm sorry. Basically, the Fine brothers thought it would be a brilliant idea to try and copyright the term react, along with any kind of reaction videos on YouTube. So if you make a reaction video, it would get copyrighted by the Fine brothers, because apparently they created reaction videos. They're entirely responsible for it. Obviously it didn't work. They got shot down in flames. To this day, I still can't understand why they'd even think that's a good idea. Like, it's just ludicrous.
And what we've realized is that we completely screwed up with how we originally talked about this.
First and foremost, we're sorry for confusing people by using terminology like our React format.
Now, on one hand, I do have to give the Fine Bros apology a level of credit, because they do try to defend this completely ridiculous concept. They do genuinely try to stick up for this ridiculous idea they had. So I do have to give it some brownie points for that. But on the other hand, this apology video is, to my understanding at least, very genuine. They do seem genuinely apologetic and want to try and resolve this situation. So, oh, it's a bit too genuine for my liking. It's not a proper YouTube apology if you actually say sorry. So I'm going to have to give this one, I'm going to give this one an E. The only reason I'm not giving it an F is because I just think it's really funny. I think we'll get the most recent apology out of the way next, that being the James Charles apology. He apologised for all the stuff that Tatty Westbrook claimed he did, and then a couple of days later he made a massive exposed video on her, rendering this apology video completely useless anyway. So, well done there, James Charles. Fun fact, James Charles is only about a month younger than me, and yet I look 45. Thanks, James Charles, for making me feel old. Now, the James Charles apology is a bit of a mixed bag, in my opinion, because on one hand, he is genuinely apologetic, as far as I'm aware. He does say sorry to quite a few people. He does genuinely seem to mean that he's apologetic in this video. But then on the other hand, he does a lot of sighing, he does a lot of dramatic pauses, he sheds a few tears for the audience, and then, of course, he says this line, which, in my opinion, is the most memeable line in YouTube apology history.
I wish that I could say this is the last time that I would make a mistake, but it won't be. I know that'll disappoint people more and more as I continue to learn and grow every single day.
So because of that, we're going to have to definitely rank it up a bit. So I think I'm going to give James Charles, I think I'm going to give him a C as well. I'm going to stick him there with Jake Paul, because he does do a few things wrong. Being genuinely apologetic is his biggest sin here, but on the other hand, he does have a few generic tropes that we've come to love from YouTube apologies, so we'll give him a C. He passes. Up next, we've got an apology video from the YouTuber Azzyland, who, in my opinion, is one of the most bland and dull YouTubers I've ever stumbled across. I didn't actually realise she'd made an apology video until very recently, so let's give it a quick watch, just kind of skim over it, see what this apology video is about, and that way we can accurately rank it on our incredibly accurate list.
What's up, guys? Today I am going to be giving my formal apology in this video, but I'm also going to be mixing in with a Q&A, so I hope you guys enjoy this video and accept my apology.
Disgusting!
I don't even care if that goes against my ranking system. I just hate your Q&As. Yeah, just out of spite, you're getting an F, woman. No conversation here. I don't even care. Would you excuse me for a moment, please? Thanks. Right, sorry about that one, guys. Just had to take a quick pit stop, so to speak. So who are we going to do next, I wonder? Let's do Trisha Paytas next. Trisha Paytas, as I'm sure most of us know, is a despicable human being. Just a pretty weird creature and all. And she did an apology video for... Frankly, I don't even know what it's for. Because all she does in this video is sit on the kitchen floor screaming and crying at the camera for 7 minutes. It's about as convoluted as pretty much all of her videos now that I think about it.
Hey everyone, I just wanted to make this video as a very public apology. Like, I'm a mess. I'm a mess. I just wanted to make this video. This is the last video you're gonna see of me like crying and being crazy, I swear. I just need to apologize for this past week of tweets and videos, and
It's a pretty good apology video as far as apology videos go. She doesn't apologise, she continually makes excuses, she throws herself a pity parade for the whole damn video. But the only criticism I have, me being a YouTube apology connoisseur, is that I think she overplays the crying element a little bit too much. Don't get me wrong, crying in a YouTube apology video, that's That's some real spicy apology videos there. But I think Trisha Paytas overdoes it a little bit. Actually, she overdoes it all the time. So for that reason, I think I'm going to give her a B. Because it's a pretty serviceable apology video, but I think the crying is just done a little bit too much. If you toned it down a bit, you'd be able to emotionally manipulate your audience just a little bit better, in my opinion. Again, I can't believe I'm saying half of this shit out loud. So, sticking on the subject of entitled female YouTubers, I think next we'll do Tana Mongoloid's apology. Now, if you don't remember, about a year ago, Tana Mongoloid thought it would be a brilliant idea to try and organise her own event called TanaCon. It was essentially to rival the likes of Comic-Con because she had a bit of a dispute with them. The event was pretty terrible, to put it quite mildly. The tickets were a mess. Several people had to go to hospital because they were literally trampled by people or, you know, shoved into very small areas. All in all, the event was a complete disaster. So, ironically, it perfectly encapsulates her content. So, well done, Tana. You made an event that perfectly symbolises your content. Tana Mongoloid's apology really is something. For a start, she just squeals and cries complete nonsense at the camera for a while. She's sorry, she's a mess, she didn't mean to hurt someone, etc, etc. So it's already pretty good in terms of the old YouTube apology standards. However, what makes this apology video absolutely stellar is that it isn't even on her own channel. It's not an official apology for the mistake that was TanaCon. She never released an official apology. Instead, she cries on Shane Dawson's shoulder for several minutes during one of his documentaries. So that's definitely got to bump it up. That's a new level of extreme. Make a 2-minute apology video in the middle of someone else's video on someone else's channel. That's damn good. I've got to give you some originality props there, Tana. I'm going to give you straight up an A for that one. Just props. It would be a B because otherwise it's quite generic and there's a little bit too much crime. But you know what? Someone else's channel? God damn, you had me hooked, Tana. Mwah! Beautiful. So, I think next we're going to do Rice Gum, the most annoying egomaniac on all of YouTube. If you don't remember, at the start of this year, Rice Gum got involved in a bit of a gambling scandal. He thought it would be a brilliant idea to promote a gambling site to children under the age of 18, which is already a bit of a pretty done goof, even by Rice Gum's pretty low standards. So, of course, he had to make an apology video for it, and to be honest, I'm not even sure if you can call this an apology video.
Yesterday I was doing really good, man. Great vibes, great energy, and then today, man, not so much. I woke up to this, man. The front page of Twitter talking about Jake Paul and Rice Gum under fire for promoting gambling site to kids. I don't even think it's a big deal.
Rice Gum doesn't apologise. He doesn't even admit that he's done anything wrong. So we're already off to a brilliant start, if I do say so myself. What Rice Gum instead does is that he merely acknowledges that this happens, claims that it's no big deal, and then plays it off like nothing happened. So that's pretty damn good for a YouTube apology. In fact, I'd say it's God tier. And under any other circumstance, I would give this apology video an S rank in a heartbeat. However, I despise Rice Gum, so instead, I'm giving it a D. I realise that this ranking system is getting more and more convoluted as it goes along, but I don't care. I think next we'll do perhaps one of the most famous YouTube apologies of all time, that being the Laura Lee YouTube apology. I think she was apologising for a load of racist tweets she made, but in all honesty, I can't even remember what this apology's about. I was too busy laughing at it when it first came out.
I have no excuses. I'm only here to say that I'm so sorry. And I hope one day that you guys can save me for the woman that I am.
In a nutshell, this YouTube apology is just glorious. It's perfectly well made, in my opinion. As a YouTube apology connoisseur, she cries like an absolute fool for the entirety of the video. She says a load of self-righteous nonsense. It's clear she doesn't know what she's saying. She just says words in the hope that it'll get some of the drama off her back. And so, for those reasons, I am going to be giving the Laura Lee apology video an S tier. Partly for the reasons I've said, and partly because it's hilarious and riddled with meme potential. So, good job, Laura Lee. You are the highest ranking YouTube apology on my pointless internet list. And then last, and certainly not least, or maybe he is least, at this point I don't care, we have the T. Martin YouTube apology video. Now you might remember maybe a year, 2 years ago, good old T. Martin got called out for promoting CSGO gambling sites to children, so very similar to the Rice Gum scenario. However, what makes this extra special is that it was later revealed that T. Martin was in fact a co-owner of the sites he was promoting. He just never thought to mention that. You know, it's not really important. So obviously T. Martin did, well, he cocked up pretty badly, to put it quite mildly. So we'll have a quick look at his apology video, see what he's got to say, and then we'll stick it on our good old ranking list, shall we? God damn, he's brought the dog out straight away at the start of the video. Good job. Oh, he kissed it as well. And he did the sigh. Jeez. What, like 10 seconds and he's already done 3 massive tropes? Hell yeah, well done, T. Martin. Now, you gotta give T. Martin a bit of credit here. He's made one hell of a good YouTube apology video. Not only does he kiss his dog and start with a big old sigh, but he also panders horrifically to his audience, stating that they've changed his life and they mean the world to him, whatever the hell, etc. But he also, as well as that, thinks it's a brilliant idea to try and indirectly blame his audience, saying that they should have read his terms in service or something like that. It's pretty good. The only thing I don't like about this apology, and the one thing that's going to rank it down, is that he tries to show proof. And that's one thing you don't do in a YouTube apology. You don't back up what you're saying. You don't show proof. You just snivel and cry and pander until all the drama leaves you alone. And so for that reason, I'm going to be giving the T. Martin apology, I'm going to give it an A. It would get an S. It's just, you know, the proof bit. That's not how YouTube apologies work. You don't show proof, you fools. So there we are, kids. That's my YouTube apology video. What did you think, Tyrone? What did you think of this? Did you learn anything today? Did you learn anything? No, I bet you didn't, because you're thick as 2 planks. Degenerate. As always, thanks so much for watching this video. I do hope you enjoyed it. I hope you were entertained. I hope you learned something from my extensive knowledge of YouTube apologies. If you did enjoy this video, please be sure to give it a like, maybe subscribe, and you can check out my channel to see more content from me. If you fancy hearing more of me, don't know why you would, but if you do fancy that, you'll find my Twitter and my Discord in the description, where you can reach out to me publicly and make fun of me to my face. That's always fun. I'd highly recommend that. This video is such a mess. So that's pretty much the end of the video, so all that's left for me to do is to say, fuck off.